So I went and finished this guy up. He's barely upgraded. I had very little resources left over from the other dude, so I don't expect much. But this is what I usually use on him. I assume he hasn't changed. Well, I haven't gotten any upgrades, so he hasn't changed for me. If his skills got a lot better with his upgrades, then you might have to spam his skills. But as of the past, he did more damage normal attacking than he did with skills with a setup like so. Again, I have these because I don't have anything else to put on. I'm kind of doing a meme setup where I'm gonna try to go low life and exploit this to make up for the fact that I'm down like 30 or 40k caps. So I'm not going to score anywhere on this test, but you know, I'll do it. I'll get my free money, and maybe I'll be somewhere in the top 100 if I'm lucky. Probably not. But yeah, there's really nothing to say. I see I already made an error. I'm trying to get an idea of how high. Yeah, this is... Okay, so I have my healing still on. It might be a terrible idea to turn it off, but he has a self heal. So that's part of the reason why I feel like I might be able to pull that off. But I need to turn this off to even try. It does not look like I'm going to be anywhere near scoring on this. If I had all his upgrades, I would still only be doing like 400 or 500k per normal attack, and they're not super quick. So you could probably double or triple my damage, whatever I get when I'm done. Riveting gameplay, I know. I actually should give him some stocks so that he will give me a better buff. Should have done that sooner, but like I'm at 20 million and almost out of time, so I don't think I'm doing too well. Not even at 20 million when I said that, but like, you know, I thought I was about to hit 20 million. Oh, damn it. If only this was a hit count test. Who can get the highest hit count on the character that just gets thousands of hit count per normal attack? So yeah, not quite the 300 million I saw day one to compete. Even if you doubled that, I don't think it's anywhere near ranking. There, you have to use his skills, obviously, and I've never used him for that, so yeah, 200. Yeesh. Alright, I can try one thing though. Well, two things actually. Oh, either of them I got. because I'm missing so many stats, I don't even think I'm capping. His caps also could just be really low, but I feel like I should have been hitting higher. Also, I need to turn off another skill. I hate turning off skills, because then I forget to turn them back on, but we need Awaken to not be here. Alright. Either one. But yeah, having those extra levels in base attack from the Awakening trait thingy, it's a big deal. And not having it is also a big deal. So we'll do two things differently this time. First, we're going to immediately use this. Should have done that later, actually. Oh well. I should have done that after I got low life for like the last 40 seconds. So I was not capping. We have something I can do to help with that, but I want to see if I can still cap when I'm. So I cannot. Alright, there's a couple things I can do actually. That did greatly improve my performance though. So it turns out capping is important. Who knew? We're even near capping now. What happened? I feel like he gained a lot of resistance in that last little bit. So I need to time that. I need to use the arc at like 50 seconds. Because I mean, that doubled my damage. And then there's a couple things I can do on his stats that'll help. You could probably get more damage out, assuming that I'm like never gonna cap. If you don't have the upgrades either, I recommend probably dropping this bow and putting something with high attack on. Now that's one less pursuit, so it's a lot of damage lost if you can cap without it. Where's this garbage? Give it a bit. I gain very little from crits. I mean, unless I'm not capping, which ideally I will be capping without critting, so. Oh, I already had it. Well, that was my little fallback that I was hoping for, and I already had it on, so that is simply not good. Huh. Yet. Capping on this is just going to be a pain in the ass. that, so there's no reason to have it. Yeah, this is just a issue of not having a lot of things. I'll just show that real quick to explain why I can't really compete in this. And if you're watching this, not to insult your planning on the game, but I didn't know we were going to have something like this, so I was kind of just blowing through my resources, and yeah, this stuff doesn't really come around. You can get 2 stacks of everything per banner, basically, or per event, not even per banner. So, like, all of this would be really nice, except for this. This is worthless, but extra stats, extra cap, extra damage. That's all kind of garbage, but I actually got that one. I think this one goes up to like 30,000 alone. So, easily doubling my caps, probably tripling my caps. I mean, more combo damage. This is free. Like, there's a lot in here that would help immensely. And then on top of that, I could probably double my strength, base strength, with. I almost definitely could double my base strength. Or no, never mind. We don't have these yet, so I can only get 40. Still, it's a lot. Without those resources, yes, it's questionable. I'm gonna do one more run with the improvements that I've made, which is not much, and be a little more strategic about when I imperil the boss. Since the boss does actually scale up its it scales up its defenses as the fight goes on. Might help if I get the Ifrit skill, so I can lower my HP a little faster. Okay, so not that. Yeah, you probably like tap out at 1,000,000 per normal attack. So somewhere between 400 and 500 million if you can actually fight low life, which I might actually go and teach that skill just to see if I can get low life. Apparently I can't get my life low. Like, I just finally activated the low life thing, and I have a second left. Like, those things are just so. You want to use them. Like, they make them good, but there's just no one that can actually stay low life. Even characters that consume their life and whatnot, they heal back to full every time they get low. Like the new guy, the new fire dude, is just. Like, what's the plan there? The lower life I have, the stronger I get. Also, every time I get low life, I fully heal. As long as I have MP. So, like, just want to deplete all your MP? Like, the design with those buffs and just kind of the way the game is built is a little wonky. Alright, let's let's go and grab Ifrit and just see if that is enough. I don't think it will work out. But I mean, it can't hurt. I've pretty well reached the score I'm going to get without it. It's way down here. I think we have another skill in the new arc that does the same thing that I'm learning this one for. Is it not here? Did it go to 15? It did. Alright. But I'm literally only learning this so that I can do self-damage. Like, the physical damage is cool and all, but I just need to lose HP. And I'm pretty sure the new arc has, like, the same gimmick, but with fire damage, and you lose HP over time. So maybe with all those skills, you can actually stay low life. Then they'll just kill you. That's the downside of those skills. Not only do they do a pretty large amount of damage, they also will kill your character. So, damn it. They need to fix that. Since I went through all those teams, it replaced my first unit with him. That needs to not happen. So I can actually drop this entirely. It's back. I am nickel and diamond strength as best I can. I'm surprised I didn't teach this guy. Maybe I did, maybe it's way down here. Another thing I could do is I could learn the Overlord skills. And I would get another 36%, or I think it's only like 20-something%, since we can't have 4 units in here. And that would help. Where's this Ifrit skill? God damn it, it's expensive. It's expensive for a very bad game. This one needs to have its cost updated. Like, since this is, I'm pretty sure, worse, or it's ever so slightly better than Berserker, which is one of the worst damage boosts you can get if you value the fire resistance. Alright. But I would say it's like at least a 7, if not a 6 cost value. Unless there's some fire damage you need to watch out for in some fight, but in general, very much does not feel worth. I'm surprised he's not filling his special faster. Okay, now I'm taking too much damage. Oh, that does not self-heal. The plan didn't work. I'm in the way. Here we go. I'm out of low life. But yeah, that was awful. Not worth. Losing the strength got me down out of capping for sure. and I'm dead now. So I would not recommend trying to use Ifrit. It was not a improvement. It just comes down to having those skills. I would double my damage from that alone, and then if I was reaching 100 million, I might consider trying to optimize, but I'm just nowhere near rank material on this guy, so the other guy's gonna be the same. I'll just go and do him right now. There you go, buddy. Have yourself one sword and a hammer. High tier guy here. It literally doesn't matter what I do on him. I'm not going to be anywhere near ranking materials, so I'll just get it clear. See how much damage he does compared to Leon. I mean, I could try Leon's skills, but he basically has the same skills as... Mechanically, he has the same skills as... what's his face? Stom. So... the fact that Stom really relies on doing several 100,000 damage during his burst, like 260, 270, and I'm only doing 30 to 40k, it's not gonna happen. Like, this just comes down to you hoard those resources, or you pick one character to try to rank on. Which, if I wanted to try to rank on Stan, I probably could get into the top 20 or so, because I do have all his upgrades, or most of them. I have the ones that matter. But I'm gonna do this. I don't think it's worth it, because it's a long special, but I mean... it's gonna probably double my damage? No, it did not. I should not have done that. It's like 20 seconds for 1 million damage. I'm very sad this guy's actually doing this well without any, like, without me actually trying at all. When Luke is actually my favorite character from this collab and stuck on my team for a long time. Just a simple press the middle button and win. But yeah, from what I've seen, this guy's the weakest all around. Like, everyone either wasn't maxing him or he's just bad. My early assessment of them felt pretty right when I looked at these. Yeah, 270. 325. So yeah, it does seem like everyone kind of picked a unit to compete with, because there's a pretty large margin. So I assume, because I know this guy is like one of the top players by far. Every unit, like, since he's joined, he's got every unit, he's got every arc. If anyone can compete at the highest level, it's gonna be this guy. And there's a 50 million margin there. So I assume he also does not have enough resources, despite having everything. Like, they just don't give us enough of those resources. Because I'm assuming he came to the same conclusion I did, maxed out Stom, and yeah. Oh, he's really high on this one too. Maybe he split his resources between these two. Or maybe he had enough to get all of their damage mods, or most of them. But yeah, he definitely feels like the weakest of the three. Or was I ranking on him? 300? Yeesh. I could probably get into like the towards the 30 end on him. Yeah, I could probably get into the top 100 on him if I actually sit down and plan something out, but I don't think I care to. Like, if you want to, it's just purely a cap game. Like, I could already greatly improve him by just putting on like some simple recommendations. If you go to my favorites here, so I do use a lot of dual wielders, so I have all this marked. Swapping this. Probably do pursuits, so you're gonna want to use this if you have it. If you don't have it, then Fabled City. And like you're just gonna put on cap here, cap here. I think we have the. Let me just check. Yeah, we have the Earth Sword. So another 1k cap here. So I mean, there you go. That's going to, and then actually setting this up, putting the right killer on. I don't already have it. Never mind. Like, I haven't touched his skills. He doesn't know any of the skills I need to teach him, but you're just going to want to go for caps. Every cap increase you can get, and it should be pretty easy to get him on the board. Like, you can easily get into the top 100 on him. So if you have resources, and there's a character that you're, like, not that there's a character, if you just want to try to, like, get the 1k crystals from this, from being in the top 100, or so. I don't know the exact reward. It's lower than usual because they're splitting it across these three. This would be the guy you'd want to invest into. He's terrible. He's a terrible pick in terms of like a character. The other two are somewhat dated. Stan actually is really good right now for a breaker. Like his damage is very solid for a breaker. It's pretty solid for a not breaker, like just for a DPS, but Luke, his damage apparently is also pretty good. Not at Stan level, but and I assume I could be wrong on this. I assume these people are all using the auto attack setup and they just have all the cap increases and everything needed. They might be actually using the skills to get these damage numbers. But he's a solid unit. For a dual wield, like, no thinking, you just click the center button. Maybe you do use the skills if you want to, like, min-max your damage, but I mean, I'm pretty sure this is just being able to cap on everything. And, yeah, he's just... That is... This guy was supposed to be, like, the super burst DPS of the banner, and... He wasn't at the time, and he isn't now. He had a bug that allowed him to hit max damage, not max damage, but allowed him to bypass the max damage in Guild Wars, and that was the only thing, not even Guild Wars, the Guild Battle DPS race thing. That was the only thing he ever had to his name. A bug that he got to use for like 1 week and they took it away. It's such a sad character. Well, I'm gonna call it there. I'm probably not gonna go back and try to rank up myself. Like I could, if I do, I'll go for Stom, and it'll just be the same strategy I'm currently using. I'll just adjust my caps a little bit and work on my timing. But other than that, that's my best advice I can offer for this event. If you care about the event, invest into Yuri because he'll be the easiest to get in the top 30. If you care about the unit, go for Stom, 100%. Luke is, if you like Luke, he's a fun unit. I'm going to raise him up, assuming that we don't get something else before I get the resources too, because they're so goddamn rare. You get like a third of a unit's worth of resources per event, and we got 3 units in this one event, so gonna be behind for a while. Like, I still need to put a few more into Stom. Like, I think I have 5 events worth of resources. And I didn't totally farm out one of the events. I was really lazy. But, like, 5 events worth of resources, and he's still got a good chunk to learn. He's got everything that matters. This one has 5 levels. I don't know if these ones have more levels. These ones obviously don't. This one probably has 5 levels as well. So, I mean, it's a lot. And it increases the cost every time you get the next level. Like, specifically, these white ones are just extremely rare. I've only upgraded 2 characters with that system. Now, I've been farming the materials since they released them. And Ston is one of those 2 characters. But yeah, I'm going to leave it there. Good luck on the event. Hopefully, you've gotten something out of this. Later.